This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Today's show is being brought to you by Crawford's Barbecue Pit Spritz. Check out all of the awesome Crawford's barbecue products over at crawfordsbbq.com. Special show today. It is a doubleheader. All Greg Rempe. The show originally aired in August of 2016. Let's get to it. Here's Greg Rempe and Greg Rempe.
John Dawson weighing in. Remps, I feel another of your infamous Johnny Trigg episodes happening in your backyard. No! Get that free stuff. So good. So if you don't recall the story, and typically I'm not the guy that likes to re-story tell a particularly embarrassing situation, but this one is by far and away one of the coolest that's ever happened because it got to, nice English, it was seen, experienced, and otherwise lived with my barbecue blogging pals, John Dawson, Clinton Cantwell from Smokin' to Eye, Robin Lindars from Grill Girl, Rich from Shilling with Rich. Get that free stuff out of here. So good. So Kingsford had put on, which I believe was their second year or was maybe their third year of Kingsford University, which they've subsequently thrown out the window for whatever reason. But they flew us out to St. Louis, Missouri, put us up in the Four Seasons right downtown St. Louis. There was a great casino underneath that particular hotel, which I'm not even going to talk about that story. So we had a great night of dinner there and drinks and tomfoolery shenanigans, getting to know everybody. A lot of people I was meeting for the first time that I had known for years on the internet via the show. And then they stuck us in a bus and drove us all the way out to Bell, Missouri, which is one of Kingsford's manufacturing plants. So we got to go through the whole Kingsford manufacturing tour, which in itself was very cool, very unique to see. The downside is, okay, wait. So that was one part of it. And then, like, across the street amongst the cows, they had the Kingsford Invitational, the inaugural Kingsford Invitational cook-off that had Memphis in May winner and American Royal winners and Great Lenexa Barbecue Battle winners. And, you know, all these winners of these great designated contests were invited to go. And it was winner takes all 50 G's, which is still a great concept to me. Show up, everybody has a chance to win one singular prize of 50 grand, and if you don't win, tough nuggets. And if you do win, F you, I'm walking away with 50 G's. Johnny Trigg, Smoking Triggers, part of that group. I don't know how. I don't know what he won that year, to be honest, and I'll come off bitter, but I'm not going to go any farther. I just don't know what he won that year. Maybe it was a TV episode of something or other. I don't know. But he's there. He's been on the show before. So this was my opportunity to see him in person, introduce myself like I was doing to a lot of these people who've never met me in person, and get a little FaceTime with the Godfather. So I was biding my time, didn't want to, rush in. There was a lot of contest stuff going around, and nobody's more sensitive to times and all this other stuff than me. I don't want to be a shoehorn. I don't want to be a crowbar. I don't want to be that guy at a contest. So I thought I had picked a spot that he was done turning in. There wasn't anything that he needed to go prepare to go turn back in. He was walking across the pastures, pushing a few cows out of the way. And here's my time. And John Dawson was sitting right next to me along with Chris Grove from Nibble Me This. And I jump up off the hay bale, and I'm like, hey, Johnny, it's me, Greg Rempe. He looked at me and goes, who? I Said, Greg, Reppy, you remember me? You did my show? He's like, no. And like he literally pushed me away. Not like we're going to fight, but kind of like he was security. And I was a hanger-oner. And he kind of shoved me off and got back to his situation there, the trailer or whatever it is. The diesel pusher. And I look to the left, and I look to the right, and I look behind me. John Dawson, Chris from Nibble Me This, John Thompson, Grilling 24/7, Robin Lindars, Clint Cantwell, all falling about the place, laughing and laughing. He don't know you.
Get that big stuff out of here.
True. Truer words have never been spoken. That's the story to if you ever hear me go, if somebody ever goes something about Johnny Trigg and I go, Johnny Trigg don't know me, that's where that whole comes from. Because they were all like, he don't know you? How can I argue that? He was on my show. On my show, we had like a 45 to 50-minute interview, 2 segments with him. I think the show was only an hour long when I had him on. So he got the whole show. We had a great time. We learned a lot about his background and how he got into the whole barbecue situation and all the contests he's won and the Jambo pits and the whole thing. And it wasn't 6 months later, I'm down there in Missouri, and he sits there and talks about how he don't know me. You were on my show. You remember? No. And then security'd me off to the hay bale. To the tune of laughter from my blogging pals. 10 days later, or 10 years later, however, how many years was that ago? 5 years ago, or whatever. Have not lived it down. Every once in a while, I get run up in an email thread about blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, at least Johnny Trigg knows me. Johnny Trigg don't know Rep. Whiskey Bent Barbecue weighing in. I guarantee that would have never happened if Greg had soulkicks.com on. You're goddamn right. Boom. Truer words have never been spoken, Chadley.
To put in your request for a future show, please contact John Solberg via email at johnjon@thebbqcentralshow.com.
Hey, before we get into the second segment, let me take a minute to tell you about Crawford's Barbecue Pit Spritz. Pit Spritz is all natural and gluten-free. Pit Spritz keeps your meat super moist during the cooking process. The Peach Pit Spritz adds an amazing sweet peach taste to your barbecue. It's great on all meats, and it does exceptionally well on pork. All you need to do is screw the included trigger sprayer onto the 16-ounce bottle, and you're ready to go. Get all the details on Crawford's Pit Spritz. Head on over to crawfordsbbq.com. Be sure you use the coupon code GREG at checkout. You will save 10% off your entire order. That's Greg, G-R-E-G.
All right, let's go ahead and hit the email. JS writing in. Last week's Best of Show. Watched last week's Best of Show. Loved it. Just saying. Thank you, JS. Diane Me. Dave's Cab Rant. November 11th, 2011. Are you freaking kidding me? Really? Diane, you really know that? Are you messing with me? How did you find that? Did Google find that for you? Holy moly. You are unbelievable. Oh, boy. Then we got this stuff. I'm not even getting into that. Outrageous. By the way, show programming note going on until further notice. First Tuesday of every month, as you know, Ray Lampe. Where is it? First Tuesday of every month, Ray Lampe. Second Tuesday of every month, Meathead Goldwyn, AmazingRibs.com. Third Tuesday of the month, Stephen Reichlin. And new to the game, fourth Tuesday of each month from now on, from AmazingRibs.com, Keeper of the Flame, Max Good. He has committed to me that he will make the effort to show up each and every fourth Tuesday to go over whatever it is he's cooking. Who's more excited about that than me? I love it. 4 locked-in guests, 4 Tuesdays. It's going to be great. Shad Glenn weighing in. Greg, you're bald. Negative. I cut my hair.
Get that big stuff out of here.
See, I got a lot left. I mean, never mind right here. That quickly retreated like the French army. But all of this, that's just cut off, man. I'm keeping it cool for the summer. Like Demi Lovato said, cool for the summer. I think I sounded just like her. All right, so I got to make sure I save this from Diane Me. I cannot erase that. Dave's Cab Rant, November 11th, 2013. I'm sorry, November 11th, 2011. David Bosca, are you in this room? Can you believe that rant is 5 years old? It was the best rant ever. I still remember he was like, and you can't tell what percentage of that Angus. I just remember him saying Angus. I was like, man, all of a sudden he sounds angry. That was 5 years ago. That'll be 5 years old in just a few months. It felt like it was literally 6 months ago or at least 2 years. A classic. She found it on YouTube. So, Diane, if you're there still, link up that show. Let everybody go after this show's over, by the way, and just experience that take. That will be a lead in the next best of. I'm loving the fact that Facebook is carrying this show live anymore. A lot of people tagging and sharing and all this other stuff. Very happy about that. Plus, the views are tremendous. I mean, I love the fact that this is, like, how can I tell? Can I tell where the views are? Maybe not. Here's the other thing. And I do want to make sure that we are all under similar mindsets here. I've said it before, and I will say it again. Just because, Dave, it was not silly. It was the best. Just because Facebook allows you the opportunity to go live doesn't give you the green light really to go live all the time. Here's my suggestions. If you're going to go live, make sure you're at an event or something that is interesting, not just to you, but to everybody that you think follows you. That's number one. Number two, make sure you sound good. Number three, make sure you have the ability to stream consistent video. Nothing sucks more than going Facebook Live to somebody who's up in the middle of the mountains and you're buffering every 5 seconds. Want to lose viewers real quick? Do that shit. Just because you can do Facebook Live doesn't mean you should do Facebook Live. Practice at it. Come up with a gimmick. Come up with a bit. Come up with some value. Don't just see like a weird grill or a midget at a home store and decide you're going to start going Facebook Lives. Nobody wants to see that. I mean, I want to see the midget. But other than that, if the production is bad, the production is bad. Being able to do something doesn't mean you should be able to do it. This works on Facebook Live because the stream is good, the background's good, the shoes kick ass. I can do Facebook Live because I'm allowed. A lot of you people should rethink.
And there it is, from August the 2nd, actually, back in 2016. We just don't get enough Greg Rempe. It's amazing what you find digging through the archives. Hey, you know the drill. Stop on over to CrawfordsBBQ.com. Check out their awesome line of barbecue pit products. Be sure you use the coupon code Greg at checkout to save 10% off your entire order. Until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg, and I do look forward to talking to you again soon.